That's why, these you had China, pushing for, their people to stock up on food and medicine for at least a year's supplies worth, man. All right, because that reset is coming. These devils are really controlling, the necessities of people. All right, so I'm going to get that precept in the book of Ecclesiastes of Sirach, chapter 39, starting at verse starting at verse 26, and it reads, "The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, which is wine, and oil and clothing." Okay, it says all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Okay, they're using these resources for wicked gain. Okay, for their own bellies to be fat. All right, and control people through the fear of the lack of these resources, these necessities that mankind relies on. You see, by monitoring the supplies and goods of the supply chain. You see, and so people get the snake bite. This is what this is all about: control, power, and control. Because if they really cared about this thing spreading, why are people still able to fly? There's a lot of people that are going to airports with no masks, okay, not practicing social distancing, none of that shit, man. And apparently there's people in the sports organizations that are permitted to play without the fucking snake bite, man. So what is this shit all about? Power and control, okay? On behalf of my man Henry Kissinger, that devil, and Schwab. And Schwab just said it. That brought out in the first installment of this lesson. All right. So this is how to look at control. All right. So I'm going to get 2 Thessalonians. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I started verse 8. Salakia. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. It reads, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that brightness of his coming is his wisdom, pursuing Daniel the 10th chapter. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Shaitan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. See? And this is a part of this devil's power. Verse 10. Now, matter of fact, I'm going to keep reading. Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, so the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, they're going to perish by way of this unrighteous deceivableness of this devil's satanic counsel. Okay, through his Western philosophy, for people to bow down to the idea of him ruling over them through their resources. All right. Here's a point in verse 11. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Now let's look up this word for lie, the root word for a lie. Okay. And what do we have here? Pseudos. Okay. In the Greek, pseudos, conscious and intentional falsehood. See that? So their science means knowledge. So their pseudoscience literally means fabricated or false knowledge. Why is it false? Because it's not righteously based off of the righteous counsel of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI in return of living a successful life, all right, with the holy hedge of protection of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI over those said individuals. Okay? But instead what this devil pushes is his worldly wisdom, which is foolishness to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, pursuant to 1 Corinthians 3:19. And that's why he does not have good success, and that's why these devils are moving frantically and sporadically and desperately to achieve this agenda. All right, because they're being exposed and on all fronts, man. Okay, the secrecy of their inconsistent and hypocritical policies. Okay, where they exhibit political bias towards a specific demographic of people, but not the other. When it's supposed to be liberty and justice for all in America, right? But that's all been exposed. That was all a goddamn lie. When Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty, give me death," he wasn't speaking on behalf of everybody. He wasn't speaking on behalf of all so-called Americans by citizenship. Okay. Because really, the word American is tied into the word nationalist. Okay. The word patriot. And these are all Edomite-based terminologies. Okay. To further exalt their glory. Okay. Through their lies, their deception, their carnality. Which is why they're getting the National Guard involved. To get the military involved. And that's why that devil, Prince Philip, mentioned military footing. You see, because that insurrection of the saints of Israel is going to happen again, just like 70 AD. You see that? So this is part of their falsehood, their pseudoscience. Okay. So verse 12, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in the righteousness. So I'm going to get some more information on this little article. I'm going to close it out. Let me see. Yeah, go back to this article here. It says, U.S. lawmakers play with the idea of social media ID verification from other countries. It says, anonymity is often vital for those who want to speak truth to power and expose government wrongdoing. We only need to look to the U.S. government's treatment of National Security Agency whistleblower Edward Snowden and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to see how far governments will go to target those that don't have the shield of anonymity when they reveal information that governments want to hide. And in 2021, governments have renewed their efforts to end online anonymity by promoting and introducing new laws that force users to hand over their identity documents, to use social media, and by framing online anonymity as something that needs to be eradicated. You see, and that's the part of them framing mischief by law through their politics, man. Pursuing Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. Okay. So they're looking to use a social credit-based system, all right, to target people through their carbon usage, hence the carbon-based credit card. They're planning on releasing, okay, going into the whole vibration of the social credit system, where you're going to have a travel limit through your social credit system. Okay, how many goods and services you can purchase from the supermarkets by way of your social credit system. Okay, how strong you're going to be within your social credit class, depending on different factors on how you're judged in society. Like, for example, how many times you're seen, not wearing your social, your face covering and practicing social distancing and whatnot. This is all going to be tied into the social credit system. Okay. Monitoring people through their carbon, how much carbon they can use, how much travel time they can use. This is madness, man. This is being turned into a police state through the technology. Okay. Through the interconnection way of things on behalf of Klaus Schwab's fourth industrial revolution. Okay. So that was a point. And I'm going to end it off on there. Go ahead and bring out Job chapter 20. All right, I'm going to start at verse 18. It reads, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. He did it in 70 AD through our second temple. Okay, he did it during the Spanish Inquisition. You see that? He did it with Black Wall Street in what was that, 1920s? Okay, well, we have built up a little civilization. He tore it down out of envy because he couldn't stand to see us flourishing without his aid, and that's why he's interfering in sovereign business within China's affairs with Taiwan, for example. Well, China's saying, listen, this is our sovereign affairs with our former Chinese province, Taiwan. Why are you getting involved? Trying to play the middle maker, instigating. Okay, not playing your position. Okay. See, the same reason they're butting in with Russian affairs with Moscow. You see that? So their wine is going to further bring forth this last world's war, man, because that further confirms the Charagma and Harmageddon are the last two major prophecies before we're up out of here, man. Okay, and then they go hand in hand. Okay, because all wars are influenced by financial based wars. Okay, through trade wars and whatnot. They're bringing out one of my past lessons. You see that? So this is so by way of, like it says in Proverbs 11:4, riches shall not profit a man in the day of wrath, roughly paraphrasing. See? So you sent your bankers, man, you're going to be destroyed. You sent your bankers' power dynamics through your power structure is going to be destroyed. So your NWO is not going to be successful. And this is all prophesied. Job 20 and 19, because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away in the house which he built it not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not savor that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Now, what did that devil, so-called Sir David Attenborough, say? That we're all going to have enough food to sustain us all. He was talking about them, those in that inner circle of the wicked elite. Okay, they speak in codes, man, and we're not ignorant of the devices. Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. This is exactly what's happening right now. China, North Korea, Russia, Iran, okay, they're plotting against this devil, and even some of America's top EU and NATO allies, because the beast will end up burning the whore before it's said and done in this last world's war, prophesied in Revelation 17 and 16. And we see that further coming to fruition. Slaki, in regards to the Indo-Pacific submarine missile deal that America signed behind France's back with Australia, and that further crippled the ties, the economic ties. All right, with the interconnected ties with France and America, which called for France's Macron to say, it's time for us to turn away from the military arms aid of America. You see that? So these 10 toes are partly clay and partly iron. They're partly broken and partly strong. See? So they're not on one accord, and they're going to end up going against each other. Okay? Because of this wine of fornication. All right? Out of a lack of resources. Okay? And mainly their egos being bruised, okay, in regards to their sovereign business not being carried out how they saw fit. All right, so this devil's going to be in straits from every side, like it says in Jeremiah 49 and 31. Job 20 and 23, I made it off here. When he's about to fill his belly, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, pursuing 2 Peter 3 and 10. Hamashiach Yahawashi is going to come like a thief in the night and bring fire upon the wicked, man. Pursuing Isaiah 66 verses 15 and 16. He's going to destroy more people than he's going to save. Why? Because the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI sanctuary is a very small one. And the mass of this world, pursuing Revelation 13 and 3, they're gonna stay conformed to this world, drunk off that wine of fornication, off this Western philosophy, okay, which they will wind up within a pit with this devil, okay, for even though hand join hand in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. Okay, so this is the demise of this devil Esau coming up, as is prophesied in the scriptures, because his satanic NWO is prophesied to fail and fail horribly. Okay, before the transition of this devil back into slavery, and us, all right, the true kings, rulers, and priests over the earth again, man, which are part of our inheritance that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI promised us. So what we got to do is be patient to possess our souls, and we're going to get the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? So I'm going to end it off there and pray this lesson was further edifying, exhorting to elect. All right? Who will come across this video. With that, Abad Babal, DTA, Kwame Allah, Shalawam to elect, and on to the next one.